Good morning. Good morning, beautiful co-creators of our new earth. Welcome to our first full day of our movement summit for the month of May 2020 for One Heart, One Earth Collaborative. Welcome everybody. I'm so excited about all of the different classes, workshops, and presentations that we have this weekend. So welcome in everybody who's joining on the live, and welcome to everyone who comes later in the replay. I checked the Schumann resonance this morning and we spiked from 7 to 41 overnight. And I can only imagine that part of it was because of the beautiful facilitator group that we have that's come together in our opening circle last night. We shared some beautiful sound healing and each facilitator shared a part of their vibration. And here we are today. We're already in our second presentation this morning and I'm all ready to take this yoga class. I'm so excited. Just a reminder to all of you that you absolutely can comment in the live feed chat box here on YouTube at the Buddhist Biohacker channel. You can also comment anytime after this video is over when you're watching the replay, and we'll be checking back with you each day to make sure that we're answering any questions or comments. So please feel free to share. Also, for all of you who are watching, don't forget to click subscribe on the Buddhist Biohacker channel. Not only do we have live podcasts each and every week, but this is not the first summit and it will not be the last. So there's lots and lots of great things coming your way. So remember that as well. Also, if you haven't registered yet for One Heart, One Earth, you can do that at oneheartoneearth.net and you just register on the homepage. You can view all of the replays from our April summit, and you can also view the replays and the schedule for this current summit here in May, which is our movement summit. It is an absolute honor and pleasure to introduce our next facilitator, Satyam. And Satyam, welcome, and I'm gonna let you go ahead and take it away. We're ready for class.
Okay. Good. So namaskar, everyone. I'm just gonna come up close and introduce myself a bit. So my name is Satyam, and it's a pleasure to be here on this Earth Summit, One Heart, One Earth Summit. Today in our class, I think a number of you I may know, and as obvious, there's certainly going to be a number of folks who are new, and it'll be wonderful practice with you today. We shall start with a little seated meditation. We'll go through a gentle movement sequence. We'll go through some relaxation at the end, and we'll close out with the story, just in a nutshell as an overview. As a reminder, go at your own pace. Be mindful. If something is not working for you, come back out to another place of safe space for you. But it should be a very approachable class and pretty much welcoming for most of you. So it's great to be here. If you need to contact me in any way, you can contact me through Lisa, or also I run Renaissance Yoga, and so you can look me up online, Renaissance Yoga or Ren Yoga, RENYOGA, and you can find me on all the various platforms, including my website. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get going. So to start, come on into a seated position. And a seated position may be anything where you cross your legs and you feel comfortable. That's the main thing. And if that means sitting in a chair for you, that's also fine. Generally, the cross-legged position, simple cross-legged position, Sanskrit's known as Sukhasana, and it means easy pose or happy pose, something that is approachable and very congenial to your physical and mental well-being. So let's bring the hands into the lap, spine tall, shoulders level. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to close those eyes. inviting that sense of vairagya, of channelizing from external to internal, to recognizing that internal world. And we just start breathing comfortably. The gateway for the breath will be the nose, so the breath will flow in and out through the nasal passages. And as you breathe, you're going to try and keep the shoulders and sternum immobile, and you're going to guide the breath or engineer the breath through the lower abdominals. On the inhalation, the navel point goes out and the lungs expand into the lower abdomen. And on the exhale, navel to spine. So at your own pace, just orchestrate a few respirations. And we'll work on slowly lengthening the exhalation. And remember, we're not just breathing machines. This physical breath has an effect on the mind. So in the next 2-3 breaths, you should tangibly and palpably feel a change in the quality of mind. You should be more calm, more serene, more quiet, more still, more joyful. One last inhalation together in unison. Inhale. And exhale. Drawing those palms together at heart center. Spine tall, shoulders relaxed, chin is level. Just capturing the essence of the moment. And inhale those arms straight up into the sky. Interlink those fingers. Pulling the navel in, getting a good rise here. Just making your mark in the world, getting that spine tall. Separate the arms shoulder width, palms facing one another. Inhale, vision up to the sky. And dropping that chin, circling those hands around into heart center. And just a little walk forward. Just kind of lean into it forward. I'm coming towards you, and you just forearms down into the earth, breathing comfortably. So whatever degree you're able to, maybe your palms are in the earth, maybe the forearms, just to awaken those back muscles a little bit. And then gently walk back on up with it, nice and tall. Plant the hands behind the back. I'm just going to turn so you can see. So now you're going to be this way. We're just going to go back a little bit. Plant the hands behind. Slowly lift the heart up to the sky. Open up. And exhale to an upright position. Good. Getting those arms out into pyramidal form, shoulders low, spine tall. Good. I'll be teaching the whole class mirror imaging. So here we go. We're going to use our right arm coming on up and a nice deep bend over top. Good. Inhale out of that side bend and come on down. Working that opposite arm up and take it over to the other side. You're keeping your left hip and shoulder back, so it's really a pure side bend. You're not letting that shoulder encroach in forward. And upright and down. Good. How about squeezing those shoulders up to the bottom of the ears? Just squeeze, squeeze, and release any tension out of there. Good. Walk on forward a bit to where you can reach, what's comfortable for you. And let's take a little tour. Let's take left hand over right and come on over to the side, just where you can get that angle, stretch over to the side, to the front right corner of your yoga mat. And back around front center, park it here for a breath. And walk on over to the front left corner of your mat. Nice reach out. And again, we're not trying to set any records here. We're just awakening. We're just being real gentle with ourselves, seeing what's accessible, how we're feeling, where we might have any tightness. And back around front center. And then a nice supportive rise up, walking back up, support that spine. And let's get those legs out, huh? We got those legs crossed for a while now. Pressing the backs of the legs into the earth. Good, pressing with the palms. And I'm just gonna give a side view here. I'm gonna turn, so we're up here like this. And we're into a nice seated L, spine is tall. And how about an angle, 15, 20 degrees forward? Try not to round the back, just get that angle going. And inhale all the way up, hands back around. Good. Now we're coming into Dandasana, hands on either sides of the spine or on the hips. Dand in Sanskrit means staff or spine. So it's seated pose where the spine's in a perfectly erect position. You're using those palms for support. Inhale, come all the way on up. Angle and slowly round on down. And you're pressing the backs of the legs into the earth. This is our first big hamstring stretch of the day, so you take your time with it. You're just kind of easing forward through those hips, heels out, toes back. Now maybe you're touching to the thighs, maybe you're touching to the shins, maybe you reach the toes. Whatever distance you reach, that's the appropriate distance for you. Let's go ahead, press the backs of the legs into the earth, and we hinge forward maybe another inch or so. And then slowly, let's support, walk on up those shins, pull the navel in, engage that core, coming up to an upright position. I'm just gonna face round back towards your side. Here we go. Good, let's get that left leg up and over. So left leg comes on up over the right, palms onto knees, spine tall, shoulders relaxed. So we're gonna enter a twist. We're gonna be mindful to keep that spine straight up and down. Press with the left, extend the right arm, and hook and hold. Or if you know another variation that you'd like, that's fine. And bring the left arm back behind it, nice and tall. You're looking over that back shoulder, you're breathing comfortably. Now the sits bones are square into the earth. That means you're not off center, but you feel squared off through the sits bones, spine tall, shoulders level. Good, and then gently inhale, come out of it, get out of that twist comfortably. Let's take that left foot on the inside of that right thigh. So you open up here, good. And we're just gonna walk on forward over that right leg. Maybe we get a little bit more reach this time. We'll see how it goes, because we did get one fold in already. So this is Janu Shirasana. Janu means knee or thigh, and Shir means head. You're drawing your head towards your knee or thigh. And then gently walk on up out of it. Good, let's bring that left ankle on that right thigh. Good, bending that right knee and open up. You're gonna squeeze this left femur bone and press that knee forward and open up through the hip. So here, if I turn, You're going to see that the spine is, you're not rounding back here, but you're upright, you're supported. And you're getting that deep glute stretch into the piriformis muscle on that left leg. And you can get that heel out of that left foot, this one over here. Heel out, toes back, heart is forward. Good. And then we'll let that right leg go out, left foot over the top, and we'll get one more pose in this 4-step sequence. See, this right hand is going to come onto that left foot, just bring that foot up. So now this left foot is crossing the threshold of this right leg. Now, some of you may be able to get that left leg all the way out, or maybe it's bent, that's okay. And then we're going to twist back. We're going to inhale and twist back and exhale into the pose. So you're nice and tall, you're breathing comfortably. Good. So you try and make a line from the left toe to the left thumb, a 180 degree, just a nice diagonal. And then inhale, come on back around, undo, good. Let's get that whole sequence in on the other side. Bring that right foot up and over, square off through the hips. You want to sit tall. You don't want to have a rounded spine when you're twisting. You want to be upright. Palms onto that knee, nice and tall. Press with the right, extend the left, take a deep inhale. Make your way around on your exhale. And that's the universal way to enter every twist. You exhale into it. Then when you're in a twist, you breathe. And then when it's time to come out of it, we inhale out of it. So just check in with your sits bones. Make sure you're level, spine tall. And look over that back shoulder. Good, inhale out of that twist. Let's take that right foot up and over. Take that foot flush into the inside the left thigh, and then just walk on out. Good, so you reach out for it. You're just breathing comfortably. Do press the bottom of that left leg or back of that left leg into the earth. Good, gently walk on up, here we go. And we're gonna be placing that right foot on that left thigh, bending that knee, remember how we did that? And so I'm just gonna give you that view here. So spine is upright, good, as best we can upright. It's a slight angle, but it's lengthened, it's not rounded to the lumbar. You're squeezing that right thigh, pressing that knee forward. Good space here. So you should feel it into this right glute here. Heart forward, crown to the sky. Good. And then just come into that last part of that 4-step sequence. Left hand to the outside of that right foot. Lift that leg up. And you want this foot to cross the threshold of the left leg. And maybe it goes all the way out or maybe not. But try not to have the foot over here. Try and have it cross so you're getting that good glute stretch. And then right arm up, inhale and exhale back. So you're following that right thumb back. Shoulders are level, spine is tall, breathing comfortably. Looking back towards that right thumb. And here's that inhalation out of it. Come on back around, drawing that foot down, feet into a diamond shape. We're going to scoop down into oyster pose. Come on down. Hands under the calves or on tops of the calves if you need to. And drop on down. Close the eyes, stretch out through the back. And you just relax the facial features. It's a time to go inside, to let your mask, to let your external guard melt and just kind of dissipate and come into your most sincere place within. Let all the facial features relax, disengage. It's just a time to bask in our own serene space, away from the onslaught of external stimuli. Inhale, come on, back up out of it. Let's change positions here. Bring those knees together. Any way that works for you to transition into table position. So we'll be on all fours, flat back, neutral spine. And we're just going to get a little length here. So sometimes people drop the belly and tilt the tailbone up. When you're in table position, we'll really engage that core, so the muscles are wrapped around the rib cage. And let's work with that left arm and right leg, and just lengthen out. Left arm forward, right leg back. So you find that length, that extension. Good. And then drop that right foot into the earth, left hand around the back, and just kind of twist up away. So you're going to twist up towards your left side. And roll out of it, drop down into table. Good, neutral spine again. And now we're going to get those other side. Right arm and left leg, find your length. Good balancing table. If it's too much on your back to keep the left leg up, you can drop that foot to the earth. And now we're all going to let that back leg drop. Right hand around, and then upper spine twist, just twist into it, pressing through the bottom hand. Squeezing that back leg through the femur, through the leg, yep. Out of it. Big toes together, knees out wide V, wide angle child's pose. So it's coming back into it like this. And this type of pose you can come into anytime during the class. So you just get a nice hip opener here, breathing comfortably. Good, inhale on up into table. And we're going to give a little push up onto the knees. If it's not comfortable for you to be on the knees, if there's a chair you can be in, that's okay. So I'm just going to do a half camel on you. So take this right hand, bring it behind the back. Now I'm going to turn. So see how the body's in one, from the knees to the hips to the spine is tall. Bring the left arm up. And we're just going to give a little inhale back just to open that heart to the sky. Keep the hips above the knees. Inhale, open up. And exhale upright. Let's get with the other hand. Good. One more. Here we go. Inhale back. And exhale upright, dropping that hand. And now we're just going to descend into standard child pose to round out that back. Just drop on down. Inhale your way on up into table. And I think probably a lot of you know this pose, cat and cow. It's a very common sequence for the spine. Exhale into cat pose, round out, pressing to the palms. And dropping that belly down, inhale, eyes and chin up. Now, as you go, now the thoracic region is filled with air, you're looking up. As you go from one side to the other, try and do it one vertebra at a time, starting from the tailbone. Really isolate each vertebra. Start from that tailbone, tuck, use those core muscles, round out one vertebra at a time, right up to the cervical spine, to the crown of the head. And you're welcome to go at your own pace here. When you're ready to inhale, you come back into cow, and one vertebra at a time. That's it. So you get that nice dynamism of the spine, of all the vertebrae. So just go one more round at your own pace. Just let the breath guide you through it. And then when you finish your next round, just come into neutral spine, into table position. I'll give you a breath or two to get there. So when you finish your last round of cat and cow, you'll come into table. We'll meet up right here. Take your time. And we're going to go into Uttan Shishonasana, long name, simple pose. Why don't we just call it puppy pose? Extend those arms out, hips above the knees, forehead to the earth. So it's not child's pose. Your hips are above the knees. So you get that nice pliability of the spine, and you're open through the shoulders. And then draw those hands back towards you, up into table. And either you can retreat back into child, like we've been, or if you're feeling up for it, you'd like to come into downward facing dog, you're welcome to come up into a whole body engagement. You see what's accessible for you, what feels right for you. If you are coming into downward dog, you can soften one knee, then the opposite knee to stretch back through the opposite heel to get those calves engaged. You can come up onto both feet, peek the tailbone up and back. So you see what's a good place for you with it. And I know some of you like to lift one leg to the sky, and that's all good. Any variations you want like to do in your downward dog, you can. In about 20 seconds, we'll all meet down in child's pose. You're welcome to enter child's pose right now if you're not like. I think I may go down into it a little early here. So you're still either playing and exploring downward dog, or you're coming back into child's pose. And one more breath in child. Try on the exhale, try and get all the air out so you're very close to the earth. Inhale yourself on up to table. I'm going to face around towards you. And we're going to get that right leg out. Right toes level with the left knee. And push on up to the sky. So your right toes are a nice line with that left knee. It's just across here. Arms straight up to the stars. Here we go. Side bend. Drop into your iron gate. Go out towards that extended right leg. And inhale up out of it. Interlink the fingers. Push those palms up. Here comes a twist out to the right side. Here we go. Big inhale, push to the sky. Exhale, twist. And now that you're in your twist, you're breathing comfortably. Inhale back around, front center, and we're dropping into half circle or Ardha Mandal. Take a deep inhalation. And exhale, drop that left palm. It's kind of far to the ground. If you need a block, that's okay. If you can make it, that's good. If you need a chair. If you can't reach the ground, you can have that hand on the hip and you can just do it this way, that's fine. So you're into Ardha Mandal, you just kind of drape. You keep that right hip and shoulder back. You're coming over the top, the chin away from the sternum. Just as if you're circling over the earth. And push off with that left hand, come all the way on up, drawing those palms down. And we're going to open up that hip. We're going to stack that right hip. Come on back with that leg and stack that hip. So it looks something like this. And you're just squeezing. So the heart's to the ground, but the right toes are to the right side. So you're opening up to that hip here. That's it. See how those toes go around? And drop down in towards table position, good. That's it. And let's bring that right foot forward between the two hands. Slide the left knee back, little fold over that right thigh, heel out. So we're coming into mini pyramid pose. Good. And we'll close out with a little lunge, front knee over the ankle, come on up. So as you come into it, that front knee is nice and set over that ankle. You're breathing comfortably. See that nice line? Heel, ankle over knee. Hip flexor on the left side's open. You're breathing comfortably. Good. And slow down. Retreat back. Table, child, wide angle child, downward dog, whichever you'd like to do. You have about 20 seconds to adjust your practice to come into child, to wide angle child, to downward facing dog, as you prefer. And then we'll all start to meet up and get set for the other side. We're going to get that right knee down, left leg to the outside, left toes level with the right knee. Come on up. Coming into your iron gate. So first we get that rise, and then a pure side bend down into that iron gate. And I know we've been on the knees a little bit, so if you need to double your mat or do something to give a little cushion, you're welcome to do that. Inhale up, interlink the fingers, push those palms up, navel in, and here's that twist. Breathe easy, comfortably. So you're breathing naturally. Good. And that way to come out of the twist, you know, it's an inhale. Here we go. Inhale, come on back around into Ardha Mandal. Circle over the sky, over the earth. So the left arm just kind of floats and you bend to that elbow and just drape yourself over the earth. All the energy in that right hand, come all the way on up. Good space. Landing. We're going to stack that hip, bring that leg back, stacking. Remember how we did that? So that left leg goes back, stack that hip. Hardest to the ground, and you squeeze that left leg, press it out through the sole of that left foot, and just get that nice hip opener. Good. And then square off, and let's bring that left foot forward between the two hands, knee over the ankle. So once that knee's over the ankle, once you make that transition, you can slide the right back. So for me, it's going to look something like this. And then you come up, and then you got to fold over into your mini pyramid. Okay, then we'll try transition into Ashwal Sanchalasana, into that little lunge. Front knee over the ankle, inhale up, nice and courageous, open up. So you get a nice heart opener, hip opener, you're breathing, and you're just greeting the day in a very courageous, focused way. Mind is set, vision focused and pointed. And landing on down, retreat to table, and we're going to walk into a standing forward fold on the back edge of the mat. So just kind of walk up into a standing fold on the back edge of your mat. Now here, the feet can be a few inches apart, the knees can be bent, the legs can be lengthened. You see what's suitable for you. You can have the hands behind the heels or behind the hamstrings or calves into a fold. You can bend the knees and let the belly rest on the thighs, or alternate between the two, between the legs lengthened or the knees bent. If you're feeling comfortable, you can bring the hands to the tailbone, palms together, and bring those arms up into the sky. Crown is down, arms up. These are options. You can be down here. And then we're just going to get one more thing. Let's walk those feet to the outer edge of the mat and lengthen the legs, or with the knees bent and just walk in a semicircle. You take a few rounds, or maybe you just cradle the head. Maybe you don't walk, you just sway, pendulum that torso. Good. Let's bring those hands to the low back, palms together, fingers towards the spine. And we'll just press and then lengthen that spine little by little. We come up, inhale, inhale, make that rise up out of it. And once we're here, we're going to inhale back, inhale back. And exhale upright. Good. So we're nice and set here. Good. Let's just roll those shoulders, be nice and free. Find the highs and lows. So try and wear those shoulders like earrings and then draw them all the way down and then switch the direction. And then one more, rise and drop. Relax out through the arms. Good. Drawing those feet into center, about hip width apart. Work the arms out in front. I'm just going to open up a little bit of balance. We'll go nice and steady with it. Rise up into Talasana, heels are off the earth. Just getting a new perspective, a new reach in life. Releasing those heels down, hands around, easy, steady. Good. Taking those feet to the outer edge of the mat. Draw those hips forward. So the hips are nice and set here. Good. Right hand behind the back and sweep that left arm over the top. Keep that lip, don't let that shoulder come forward. Keep that hip and shoulder back so the heart's projected out in front to the front edge of your mat. And up and down. These side bends are so great because they massage the organs of the torso, which is so important. Everything in this universe needs exercise. It needs engagement. And that's how we stay youthful, vibrant, focused, dynamic. So we just let everything, we're doing the exercise for the organs inside. Inhale, come on, out and down. Palms together behind the back. So you just kind of open up to that heart. Let the shoulder blades encroach in towards the spine. And draw those hands behind the back of the head. Just weight that head down, chin towards the sternum. Open those elbows to the outside, chin is level, let those hands come around. Good. Bring those feet into center. Lift the toes of the left foot and let them spread into the earth and bring the right heel in front. So now you got right heel to left toes in one nice line. Float the arms out into a T. And use your hips to kind of get yourself equidistant on both feet or equally balanced on both feet. And what about we bring the hands to the heart? We still keep our balance? Good. Let's go back out wide with it. How about if we close the eyes? Can you close the eyes and maintain your equipose? Good. Open the eyes, hands into heart center. Let the ankles touch. Utkat Vrajasana, eyes to the fingertips, like a lightning bolt. Good engagement through the core. Eyes to the fingertips. Good. We're going to come into a swan dive, flat back, eyes down, crown forward. Maximal length out through that spine. You want to get a nice clean L shape, a nice hinge at the hip, and your extension out through the spine. So your eyes down, arms out like wings. And then imagine a string coming up through off the very crown of the head, and lift gently, gently up, up, spine lengthen, come on up, and dropping those hands down. Good. Let's get that left heel to right toe. And use your hips to get yourself centered 50-50. Get that weight nice and set. And float the arms out into a T. Good. Just kind of feel it out. Hands to heart center. What about this? Can we keep ourselves in a nice straight space here? And out to a T. And then that, close the eyes. So you lose that external perspective. Try and balance from the inside of the mind with the eyes closed. Good. Open the eyes. Relax easy down. Let those feet be hip width. Let's use those core muscles a little bit. Hinge through those hips, hands onto the thighs. Pulling the navel in, long spine. Good core. Draw the navel all the way in. And walk on up out of it. Come on up. Good. And do a little balance exploration. Right ankle, right hand. How does that work? Left arm to the sky. Try and get the thighs in parallel form so it kind of looks like this, where the right knee is pointing down to the ground. Now, if you can't catch that foot, you can hook it behind so that foot can hook. I know sometimes it's tricky to catch that foot. You see what's available for you. What about coming into a pass? Left hand comes down, passing that foot, drawing the right arm up. This is the beginnings of Natadajasana, just establishing that sense of balance for a dancer pose. Good. Come on down, relax out through the feet, comfortable. Good. And then let's let that right foot spread into the earth. Let's come into it on the other side. Left ankle, left hand, thighs parallel, right arm up, find your way. And whenever you're ready, make that journey, that pass. Draw that hand down, pass that foot, bring the other one up. Maybe you don't pass the foot to the other hand, maybe just hook it behind the calf. Good. That's it. And undo. Release out of it at your own pace. Good. Draw those feet to the outer edge of the mat, hips forward. Right hand behind the back, left arm over the top. And just stretch out that neck a little bit. Slow, easy breaths. And now we're just going to let the arms rest by the side. Keep the head as is. Left ear, left shoulder. And a perfect side bend through the cervical spine. You close the eyes. And just draw your mind into a state of pause. Exert a little pressure out through the crown of the head. Relax the shoulders down to the fingertips. And easy to an upright space. Left hand around the back, right arm up over the top, just above the left ear, and right ear, right shoulder. Good. So you're just tugging and giving a look. You're not dropping the chin down to the shoulder, so the vision is straight on. It's a pure side bend to the cervical spine. And when you're ready to release, let the hands be by the sides and the head just tilts. You relax the arms, close the eyes. Efficiency by calming the mind and stretching out through the crown. Inhale, slowly crown on up. Good, narrow those feet. All right, we're gonna, since we're courageous people, we're gonna come into one warrior pose here. We'll kind of come into it from Parshvottanasana or pyramid. So let's work on this together. Let's bring your right foot forward, left leg back. Okay, so it's gonna be like this. And then you're gonna fold over this front leg. So when you do that, you can clasp on the front portion of the right thigh and support yourself. Maybe make it below the knee to the shin and tip fib, or maybe it come down to the ground. And you can explore with the back leg how far back and go with it. You can see what's a good spot for you. And again, don't forget, you can clasp up here and just fold over. So you find a safe place for you to come into your standing fold, or what we call pyramid pose. It's a fairly intense hamstring stretch. And then slowly, when you feel ready, you'll soften that knee, bring your torso up, and come into warrior one. So front knee over the ankle. Greet the day, be strong, be courageous. I know we're being gentle, but we're being courageous and engaged here. That back leg is giving you a sense of momentum, of propulsion. Drawing those hands around, easy heart center. If you feel good about it, right forearm to the thigh, left arm out in front, big reach out. I'm gonna come around towards you here so we'll kind of greet each other. Big reach out. Good. And slowly just come on up with and all the way around. So now we just have the right leg forward, left back, and slowly just kind of step out of it into a safe way. And let's guide with the other leg. So left foot forward. And you come into your stance. You can come down into pyramid. Remember, anchor in at a place that's comfortable for you. Top of the thigh, tip fib, shin, fold over. You're high or low, you see what's good for you. That's it. And then slowly we'll make that transition. Release through the hip a little bit, front knee over the ankle. Gauge your stance and come into Virabhadrasana 1. Front knee over the ankle. I'm going to face around towards you. Just keep it going. So you got the shoulders over hips, front knee over. Good. Veer in Sanskrit means courage or bravery. And that's the definition of human life. We can't cower, we have to tower, we have to be courageous. Coming around, easy, heart center. That's how great things get done. Left forearm on the thigh, right arm out in front. So you're supporting on that back, you're breathing. Good. And then just slowly you can kind of come on up out of it. If you're a little bit overstretched, you can narrow the feet a little bit. Ankles and knees together. Good. Let's just get a side bend in. We're going to head down to the ground. Make yourself like a spire. Straight up and down. Pull that navel in. Take a deep inhale. And little half moon bend to the left side. Bend starts at the navel, not at the shoulders. Inhale upright, pull in at the navel. Take it to the other side. Left hip and shoulder back. Good, and upright. Circle those hands around. Flat back, swan dive. Eyes down, crown forward. Good, drawing those hands down. Now you may transition into downward dog or table or child. You have a few seconds just to find a place of comfort for you. And then we'll all meet into table. Good. We're going to just go on to a prone position for a minute, and then we'll close out with the supine meditation and deep relaxation. We'll go step by step. Let's make our way into Sphinx posture. Elbows below the shoulders, chin is level. Breathing comfortably. So you're level through the hips. You get that low back opening. And then cross those wrists in front, far head into the wrist, bend the knees, soles of the feet up. Sway those feet, massage through the thighs. So you just kind of massage those quads, even beyond the femur bone to the IT band. You circle, you sway. And then you let those feet go back into the earth. And let's come back up into our Sphinx. Just prop up on those forearms. Let the bones do the work. And we're going to take this back to child. Use those forearms. Just kind of crawl back into a natural child's pose. Get that rounding of the back. Inhale up to table. And we're going to move into a supine position. So here we go. Let's swing both knees to left, extend the right arm. So you're into a sideways lying position. And just kind of lying here comfortably. And when you're ready, come onto the back. Just roll onto the back. And you can get the feet into a diamond shape. Let the soles of the feet touch. So it kind of looks like this. Soles of the feet touch and arms are parallel to the thighs. Drawing those knees together, knees over the navel, hands around the shins. Circle those knees over the belly. So you just relax through that back. And you just kind of circle, orbiting those knees over the navel. Going one direction, going the other direction. You can pull the knees wide and rock. That's it. Just generate a little bit of self-propulsion to open up through the hips. You can bring those ankles and knees into center and just get all the limbs up into the sky. So you get that inversion to the limbs. You push the feet up, reach on up, and then come on back down and rock. And landing those feet down, feet into the earth. I do want to get the hips up here just to get a little bit of inversion through the torso. So feet are into the earth, knees stacked over the ankles. Raise those hips up. Good. And then slowly down. And you can open up into a supine bound angle position. That was really the last guided physical pose. So you have a moment here. If there's any movements that you feel your body's calling for, rocks or rolls or twists, you're welcome to move your body for the next minute or two in any way you'd like. If you just want to lie back into the earth, that's okay. So you're just in that personal practice time before coming into Shavasana or a deep relaxation. And then ultimately, you'll work into Shavasana, where you're completely across the earth. So the body's lengthened. You're just lying back into the mat. You're breathing comfortably. The arms are 5-6 inches from the hips, palms facing towards the sky. And you're just opening yourself up to a greater truth, to a point of reflection, a point of composure, of renewal, of enhancement. The eyes are soft and closed. Jaw is relaxed. And just start to orchestrate long, slow respirations. How about if we create a space, a sense of pause, what in Sanskrit is known as kumbhak. So inhale, and then retain the breath. Embrace that stillness within. And exhale. Inhale when you like, and then retain that breath, maybe for a longer duration. And exhale out. Now that you got the breathing down, let's get the visualization going. Inhale all the way into the center of the mind. Touch that unique point, that center point of mind. And exhale out. So you're just beneath the great sky, lying free, weightless, renewing physically, psychically, emotionally, spiritually. There's a mantra known as Shanti, or a word in Sanskrit known as Shanti, means peace. And if you say Om Shanti, it means may eternal peace prevail. If you'd like to recite that inside silently as you breathe, you're welcome to. Or you're just being a child under the great sky, breathing in harmony with the entire cosmos. I'm just going to give you time to explore, to breathe, to pursue, to bask in the greatness of who you are and what you will become. 4 more perfect respirations. Gently rotate those palms down into the earth, getting that tactile feel, that engagement. Bending the knees, getting the soles of the feet into the earth. Choose one arm, bring that arm up overhead and back. And whatever arm you rotated overhead, just come into a sideways lying position. And you just kind of perfect median between earth and sky. And press with that palm in front of the sternum and just slowly bring yourself on up into a seated position, kind of back where we started, but hopefully feeling quite renewed and refreshed physically, psychically. Draw the hands into the lap, spine tall, shoulders relaxed. I think you know what to do. To breathe, to nurture, to love, to recognize, to reflect. Soaking up all the beauty and shine of your practice with each and every respiration. Good. On the next inhale, draw those palms together. Thumbs touching up to the Trikuti point, the midpoint between the eyebrows, honoring that whole psychic sanctuary, that place of peace that resides deep within. And drawing that hand down to the heart chakra, to the Anahata chakra, making that sweet link within, touching your heart and each and every human heart. Internally, we say Namaskar. Good. Relax the hands, open the eyes. So I do have a story to share and a couple words here. Let me just get my spectacles here. Good. So it was wonderful to practice with everyone. Again, if you'd like to find me, I'm at renyoga.com. www.renyoga, that's short for Renaissance Yoga. Find me Instagram or different places on my website. There's lots of resources there, free podcasts and things to discover around. Feel free to pick. So for the story, way back when, the Creator called all the animals of the earth. He said, come one, come all, gather round. And the tortoises told the earthworms, and the eagles told the sparrows, and the whales told the dolphins, and they had a grand summit, the Creator with all the created beings, all the animals. He said, Creator looked at him and said, you folks have been doing so well on this earth. Now I'm going to introduce a new species, someone new. And all the animals like, someone new's coming, who's that going to be? And they all talking amongst themselves. And the creator said, someone new. And then he said, and I want to know from you, your suggestions. I would like to give this new species a gift, but I want them to have to find it. And it shouldn't be so easy. So where should I put the gift? Then Owl, being the wise one, said, well, excuse me, Creator, but where will this being live? How can we come up with a good hiding spot if we don't know where it will be living? And Creator said, indeed, Owl, you are wise. These beings will live primarily on land. Then Mole wanted to say something, but Eagle jumped to the front and said, why, if they're land beings, then give their gift to me and I will fly it up into the stratosphere. They'll never find it. I'll even fly to the moon if I have to and place that gift there. They won't find it easily. And Creator said, well, Eagle, I appreciate your soaring spirit, but these beings will make it to the moon one day and they will find it. It will not be that difficult for them. And he said, but I appreciate your offering. And then Whale said, well, if they're gonna reach to the sky, then give it to me and I'll take it down into the darkest part of the oceans. Down, down, down into the darkness of the seas. And Creator shook his head and said, well, I know your sincerity and mightiness to execute the task, but these people will create ways to go back there and scour even the ocean's floor. And the animals were stumped. So sky's no good, ocean's no good. And then Mole's like, I got a place. And everyone didn't listen to Mole. And the buffalo said, look, though they may be land beings, I can walk out into the Great Plains where nobody ventures and put the gift out there in the vastness. Creator said, Buffalo, I hate to tell you, but they're gonna make their way across those plains also. And Mole said, I know. And finally, they all turned to Mole. They said, okay, if it can't be on the earth, it can't be in the sky, it can't be in the water, what are the options? And they said, okay, go ahead, Mole. Where should they hide the gift? Where should Creator hide the gift? And Mole said, everything I've learned in this life and my best hiding spots are always to burrow within. So Creator, whatever you'd like to give them, put it inside them, hide it within them. And everybody was silent and they were smiling, thinking, what a great idea. And Creator said, so be it. And when those human beings came onto this earth, they scoured the seas and the skies and the earth. But that true gift that we need to find, that we're all searching for, is not found externally, it's found internally. Inside the heart, inside the mind. We all need to take pause from all our external engagements. And in the spirit of this conference and summit, to move in a way that allows us to enlighten the mind, to quiet the mind, to introvert the mind, and find that sweetness that lies within. And that's that crossing point, that tipping point, that juncture that we're at now as a humanity, to find that gift within and to tap into that individually, collectively, socially, spiritually, in all realms, and march together in unison. It was great to practice with everyone today. Look forward to seeing you again. Feel free to write me, contact me in any way. Thank you to Lisa for hosting this great summit, and we shall all be in touch. Namaskar.